Do you want to attract more clients, but you suspect your money mindset is getting in the way? Did you grow up with conflicting ideas about money and it's getting in the way of your success in your business? If that's you, have no fear, because in this video, I'm going to share the money mindset shifts you need to make in order to attract more clients. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm Courtney Sanders. I'm a full-time wife, mom, online entrepreneur. I wear all the hats. I do all the things. I guess I should say I'm a YouTuber too. I've been doing this for a while as well. But in this video, I want to talk to you about your money mindset because I find that that's really an undercurrent for a lot of the things that I talk about on this channel. So I talk about growing a online coaching, consulting, or expert business, really getting into entrepreneurship, earning more money, doing more as an entrepreneur, particularly as a female entrepreneur. But I started to realize after making a lot of videos that, I can give all the tips in the world about attracting clients, about growing your business, but if your money mindset is messed up, you're going to find it difficult in order to attract clients. So I've told this story in a previous video about how I was actually struggling to quit my job because I wasn't charging enough. And a lot of that had to do with my own money mindset. And so once I was able to overcome some of the negative limiting beliefs that I had around money, that really allowed me to attract not only more clients, but more clients at a higher price. But I recently even had to revisit this once I had my first child, my son. So I'm actually recording this when I'm like 9 months pregnant. The baby could come any day now. So I'm soon to be a mother of two, but this was significant when I had my first son because I wasn't able to work as many hours as I was working previously in my coaching business. I wasn't able to take on as many clients. I wasn't able to do as much. And so I had a limiting belief around earning money that said you had to work hard and that you had to do a lot of activity and you had to be very busy. And if you weren't working 16 hours a day or whatever, that somehow, I was not worthy of the money that I was making because I was making a lot, but I had these weird limiting beliefs like, oh, in order to keep all this up, I have to continue this flurry of activity. And so I really had to work on my money mindset to even be able to overcome that limiting belief, which allows me to still generate a lot of money in my business, but to do so with a child in tow and to do so with not working as many hours as I was previously. So that's just one example, but I find that there are quite a few money mindset shifts that most entrepreneurs need to make. And so in this video, I want to dive into it. So let's get started. All right, the first money mindset shift that you need to make if you want to attract more clients is realize that selling is service. I'm gonna say that again. Selling is service. It is not sleazy. Now, I know that there are some sleazy salespeople, but that doesn't mean sales as a whole is sleazy. Sales is service. So a lot of entrepreneurs have this faulty belief that giving things away is service, and that's not necessarily true. Giving things away is charity, and charity is great, but if we had all charity and no business, or like all charity and no selling, the world would cease to run, because it has to be an even exchange. Both people need to be able to get something from an exchange, right? So we have to get over this idea that if you are charging for something, that you're somehow ripping people off or that you should be giving it away for free, because nothing could be further from the truth. You're not ripping anybody off. You are giving somebody something that they value higher than the dollar amount that they're giving you. So it's an even exchange. And a lot of people are grateful that you are selling your service because they actually need it. I was just, talking to somebody the other day, asking them if they offered a service, and I'm happy to pay for it. And I'm grateful because I'm busy. I've got one kid and one on the way. I'm married. I'm running a business. Like, I'm happy to pay for things that provide me with the results that I'm looking for, whether it's more time or, more efficiency in my business or whatever it is, maybe a great lipstick that I can wear on camera. Like, I'm happy to pay for it. Okay. So you really have to get out of this mindset that selling is like the dirty part of your business. And it's like this thing that you have to do, but you really don't want to do it. You really need to see it as service because you are serving people. Like, people are grateful when they have a need and that need is met and that they can pay you for that because they're valuing getting that need, solved or getting that need met more than they are valuing the money. That's why they're spending the money, right? The other day I went to the smoothie shop. I was super busy. I had a doctor's appointment. I wanted to eat something helpful. I was grateful to spend the $7 or $8 or whatever it was on the green smoothie. I valued it more than my $7 or $8 because it was a service to me. I'm like a pregnant woman going to my doctor's appointment, and I was grateful that I could get a quick, breakfast before my appointment that was nutritious for me and my baby. Okay. So selling is service. You really have to get that through your head. All right, the next money mindset shift that you need to understand is that money is a store of value. So now I'm getting a little technical. That's actually like the technical economics definition. But if you've ever taken an economics class or a finance class, they'll tell you that look in any textbook, money is a store of value. What does that mean? Really, it means that money is not a real thing in and of itself. Money is a representation. So money is a representation of value that you create, right? So before we had actual money and currency and various societies were bartering and trading, I would generate value by maybe, I don't know, raising up sheep, and my counterpart would generate value by, I don't know, maybe growing corn. And so if we wanted to exchange with each other, we wanted to exchange the various amounts of value that we had, my sheep's wool or whatever, sheepskin for your corn, then we would just make that direct exchange. But what happens if I have something of value and you have something of value, but we don't want each other's value, right? Like, what if you don't want wool? I want your corn, but you don't want my wool. Well, I'd have to go find whatever it is that you want. Maybe you want apples or something, and go trade with that person and then bring what it is that you want, to you, and then hopefully you would be able to trade with me that way. So you can see how this can get complex very quickly because we all have different needs and we all have different wants. So that's where money comes in. Money becomes a representation of the amount of value that we have, and then we just exchange these little, slips of paper. Or now in modern days, we just exchange digital numbers, off in the cloud somewhere, or in the ether webs or whatever. But we exchange money to represent the various amounts of value that we have. So it's really important that you understand that, because it allows you to understand the third money mindset shift that you really need to make, which is money is unlimited. It really is. It's a renewable source. There is no pie. This is the biggest one, I would say. Money is unlimited. There is no pie that if one person gets a slice, that's less of a slice for you. Why? Again, because money is a store of value. It's just a representation of value that has been created by a person or that has been created in the world. And so if you want more money, whether it's from your clients or whatever, all you have to focus on is creating more value. And that's the beauty of being a human being. As long as you're living, as long as you're breathing, you can always create value. You can always create value for someone else, which goes back to the first money mindset shift I talked about, which is selling a service. So we really need to actually get out of this idea of like, oh, I need more money, when it's really, you need to create more value. So as long as you're creating more value for other people, not you. That's another thing that people get it twisted. I find it fascinating that people think like business owners or people who sell are somehow these like selfish, greedy people, when it's like, well, business owners are the only ones really that are thinking about other people, in the sense that they're willing to put their life savings into something to create a business to serve your needs. So contrary to popular belief, to be an entrepreneur, you actually have to be quite altruistic. You actually have to be quite, selfless, and think about the people that you're serving. It's actually the selfish people that don't make a lot of money because they're thinking about what they want and what kind of business do I want to start and what do I want to do, but they're not thinking about what their target market's needs are and what their target market actually wants to pay for. So as long as you are others focused and you can figure out a way to come up with value that they value highly, then they're willing to give you money for it. So as long as you can create value, you can create money. There is no limit. There is no pie with only a finite amount of slices. As long as there's humans in the world creating value, there'll always be more money made and printed to match the value that humans create. All right, so I know we're getting heady here, we're starting to get philosophical, and I have more money mindset shifts where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. What's one money mindset shift that you've either made or you need to make? Share it in the comments below. All right, the fourth money mindset that you need to make, which goes along with the third one in terms of money is unlimited, is clients are everywhere. So specifically, money mindset shifts to help you attract new clients. Understand that literally clients are everywhere. Why? Because money is just value, and you can always create value for other people. So again, as entrepreneurs, especially new entrepreneurs, they sometimes make the mistake of believing that they can only serve people in a certain way, and therefore they can only attract clients who, need whatever service it is that they've created. They've created this little, finite, like, oh, this is the one thing that I can do. I can only help people with nutrition, or whatever. Or I can only help people with their wardrobe, or they have a very limited view of what they're able to do for people. And so they miss out on all these other needs, that people have that they might be able to serve with their talent or skill set. So you actually want to think less about like your niche or your industry and think about what is the talent or skill set behind whatever it is that you're offering. So yeah, maybe you're a vegan nutrition coach, or maybe you're, a wardrobe stylist, but what is it that you really have? Like, is it really that you just have an eye for style and helping people show up as their best self? Or maybe you just have an eye for health and nutrition, and you're able to do that in a variety of arenas, right? So when you think broader about whatever it is that you offer, and you're not just stuck on like, oh, I only do this one thing, but you think deeper about what is a transformation that you're really offering, you'll start to see clients everywhere, because you'll start to see people that might not fit your normal, target profile, but you're still able to serve them with that deeper skill set. So if you'll shift that mindset about what you're able to do for people, you'll realize that you actually have clients everywhere. You just have to be creative in your thinking. All right, the fifth money mindset shift that you need to make in order to attract more clients is realize you are worthy of your wages, right? That's actually a Bible verse. The laborer is worthy of his wages, or worthy of his due. And you are too. And this really comes about self-confidence, right? A lot of people who get into business, they say with their mouth, oh, I want to start a business, and I want to be successful, and I want to make money at it, or whatever. But there's this inherent feeling like, who am I? This like imposter syndrome, the smallness of like, who am I to be able to attract those clients? Who am I to be paid this money? But again, it's really not about you. It's about what you're able to do for people. And if what you're able to do for people is worth it to them, then it doesn't matter if it's you or if it's somebody else. Like, you're just as worthy as the next person, because again, you're providing a service. That's what selling is. So if you're just as worthy as the next person, then what does it matter? You're worthy to be paid whatever it is that your service can command in the marketplace. So you really want to take yourself out of the equation and stop this small-minded, little old me, I've only been in the game this long, I've only got this experience. Doesn't matter. Are you able to provide this result for people, and to do it well, and to do it with excellence? Does this result, make people happy, and is it a service to them, and are they glad to pay for it, and is it worth XYZ in the marketplace? If it is, then great. It doesn't matter if you offer it, if I offer it, if somebody next door offers it. You're just as worthy as the next person, so you are worthy of your wages. All right, I really hope that you enjoyed these money mindset shifts. If you are committed to working on these shifts and now you want to go out and attract some clients, you can learn how to do that in my Client Attraction Masterclass. It's completely free. You can sign up for it at CourtneyLSanders.com/masterclass, where I give you the game. I give you what I do to attract clients. I lay it out. I give you all 5 steps. I don't hide anything or hold anything back. So go ahead and sign up for that and check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want even more where this came from, until next time, you can check me out on my iTunes and Spotify podcast. It's called The Courtney Sanders Show. So just go to iTunes or Spotify, search that in order to find it. And if you can't wait until my next video and my next podcast, then go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'm CourtneyLSanders on Instagram. Feel free to send me a DM, leave me a comment. I love connecting with you guys from YouTube. And until then, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.